Hi everyone, it's Miss Molly. In this video, I'm going to share a lesson with you, which is related to the story that we just read. The story we read is called My Many Colored Days by Dr. Seuss. And in this book, we talked about how different colors can express emotions. And the book starts off talking about how some days can actually be mixed up. You'd be surprised how many ways I change on different colored days. So either mixed up days or days that change from one color to the next. So we're going to do a mixed up colorful day. Okay? So when we did this in class, I provided a stencil for you. So we traced the shape of a person, and I gave you the shape to trace, if you remember this. So this is made out of this sort of lightweight cardboard that I provided for you. So I'm going to actually show you how to make your own stencil of a person, and then we're going to trace it and color it in again. Right, because even one mixed up day can be different from the next. Okay, so you can use regular paper. I actually have just a little scrap piece of paper that I'm going to use. If you have some thin cardboard from, say, for example, a cereal box or a pasta box, that cardboard's really good to use. It's easy to cut and it makes tracing much easier. Tracing paper can sometimes be challenging. But if this is what you have, so you need, here's what you need. I'm going to go through this carefully. You need at least one piece of white paper. You need either a piece of scrap paper or another piece of paper, or you need some thin cardboard to use for your stencil. Then you need a pencil, and then you need something to color with, and I'm going to use crayons. If you have markers, you can use markers. If you have colored pencils, you can use colored pencils. Okay, so how do we make the stencil of a person? So I'm going to show you how to do that. It may not look exactly like this, and that's okay. Okay, we're going to just work with what we have here. So I'm going to take my paper, and what I'm going to do first is draw a stick figure. So that means the shape of a person using just a basic shape for circle shape for the head. Just see if you can see this. So I'm going to draw a circle here. And then I'm going to draw a line for the body like this. Then I'm going to draw 2 lines for the legs. And then I'm going to draw 2 lines for the arms, not as long. Okay? All my years of teaching, I'm always telling my students not to draw stick figures, but today I want you to draw a stick figure. Okay, so then what we're going to do is actually draw like a box or maybe a bubble around that stick figure. Okay, so I'm going to start a little bit outside of the stick figure. It's like I'm drawing a bubble around it. See? Let me do this real quick and then I'll hold it up. So I'm going around the stick figure, around. And there we go. I'm looking at it. You might want to adjust some of it if like the body needs a little bit of adjustment. You can do that if you want. Okay, so then I'm going to cut it out. And hopefully this shape is simple enough for you to cut out. Sometimes when I'm cutting a complicated shape, I always want to come from the outside in. If it gets too hard to cut around those little corners, take your scissors out and then come from the outside in. And especially the neck and the head area gets hard to cut out. Okay, I'll show you here in a second. And there you go. Looks kind of funny. I'll show you from the back so you can really see the shape. Oh, not too bad, huh? Looks like a person. If you need to adjust or fix a little part of it, you can do that. Try not to cut too much off, though. So if you cut too much off, that's harder to fix. There you go. Okay. So then what we're going to do, make sure you clean up after yourself. So then what we're going to do is trace this onto our paper. Okay, but first we're going to divide the paper into at least, we're going to put 3 different lines on our paper. So going up and down once, going up and down twice, and then going side to side once. And if you want to add a few more lines, you can. Okay, so I'm going to redraw this down, down, across. Okay. All right, so then I'm going to take the shape of my person, and then I'm going to place it onto the paper. I'm going to use something different here to hold this up. Okay, so place it onto the paper. You can place it, you know, going in different directions. This is a mixed up day, so you can put it down in the corner. You can turn it sideways. You can have it going different directions, upside down. So let's go from here. So then I'm going to trace. Okay, and then I might trace again. Your people can overlap, because when you overlap the lines, you are creating more shapes. And again, you can look at it after you're done tracing and see if you need to fix. Like I might need to fix this little area right here. Just connect the lines so you can see it when you're coloring. All right. So again, I would recommend tracing your person 3, if not 4 times. I actually think the other one I did 5 times. So it just kind of depends on how much you can fit in there. And then, so once you finish, and again, like I have a line here that's kind of a mistake, so I can erase it or I can just leave it because I know that I'm going to color over it. So once you trace your person, you're going to start to see all these little shapes in between here, and that's when you can start coloring it in. Okay, so let me fix this here. There we go. So again, this is a mixed up day, so if you want to make a plan for what certain colors you want to use, like maybe you're feeling blue, maybe you're feeling green, maybe you're feeling red, or if you just want to have fun and color it in different shapes, you can. All right. So once I start coloring it in, it actually kind of looks clearer. Okay, and I'm coloring up some of those lines, and I'll show you one that's a little more finished. Okay, so I need to work on this one some more, but I started coloring in my people, and I really was trying to look for all those little shapes, and then also colored in the background. Okay, so hopefully as we start to think about and talk about colors and emotions, it helps us clear them up. So even though we're drawing or coloring a picture about having mixed up feelings, I think the process of drawing feelings and talking about feelings helps us to clear them up. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon. Bye.